right, what's going on? All right, see if we can get this going here. All right, cool beans. All right, looking good, looking good. All right, cool. Wow. It's truly Friday. Yesterday I went live and I was saying it's Friday, and it was Thursday. But it's truly Friday this time. It's July 1st. July 1st. And there's some memes going all across Twitter. Because I guess Twitter, you can post stuff that it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because on Twitter, you can post stuff that the left completely hates. And I'm seeing it on Twitter. I think that's them trying to combat, with Truth Social, because they don't want people to leave. Don't leave. We'll let you post it. We won't let anybody see it, but we'll let you post it. That's what's happening on Twitter. So, and I think that's their answer to Truth Social, because a lot of people are going over to Truth Social. I have an account on Truth Social, and a lot of people are going over there, and, rightfully so. Twitter did it to themselves. But I only go on Twitter just because there's there's a lot of leftists on there, because they wanted a safe space. But anyways, hey, thank you for joining me tonight. I know I am a tad bit late, Skin 30. It is Skin 30. Thank you so much. But anyways, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing it. Thank you for tuning in. So my question is, are you ready? And is there anything that we can do to stop it? Because we see all the crazy stuff that's happening in our world today. And it's not just the United States of America. It would be, I guess it would be one thing if we can isolate it to the United States of America, but what's happening is happening globally. And a lot of people are starting getting frustrated around the globe. And that's why I said, that's why I'm saying, are you ready? Because with that happening, we have to know very well that the left, these elitists, these globalists, they have something up their sleeve, even if it's short. They have something up their sleeve that they're going to try to get everybody back in order, back into their one world order. And you can't even, I would put in the title New World Order, but you can't even do that because the left is still saying a conspiracy when they're calling. I guess you have to call it a liberal one world order. See, if you call it a liberal New World Order, I guess at that point they don't call it a conspiracy. But anything else is a big no-no. You can't talk about the New World Order, these elitists, these globalists, without them saying it's a conspiracy when that's what they're saying it themselves. But anyways, please do me a favor, share the video, help me get it out. Now, I want to show you something which brings it to my attention about are you ready? And I've talked about it before, and I'm telling you, I'm willing to bet if there's a troll on here right now, they're probably saying, "Well, you're fear-mongering." You're fear-mongering as if the gas prices aren't high. Will Johnson didn't do that. Putin didn't do that. I mean, seriously, who do you think did it? Right? Because if that was the case, if Putin had that much control over our energy sources, it would have happened under President Trump. It would have. There's no difference now. But you're sitting there saying that I'm fear-mongering when all I'm doing is telling you what they're doing. How does that work? Someone please explain that one to me. If let me give a lame example. The sun is going to come up tomorrow. Will, how dare you? You don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. And they'll go, well, but it might be cloudy. It might be raining. But the sun will still be up. Just because you don't see it, the sun's going to come up tomorrow. The earth is going to rotate and the sun's going to be there, regardless if you can see it or not. But that's how they roll. Let me play this first clip here, because what I'm talking about, and I had to get that out there because, you know, they try to say that I'm fear mongering when I'm not doing it at all. I'm just telling people to get ready. That's my whole goal, to prepare. And the thing is, you can't say that you hadn't been told, right? You can't say that. And maybe some people don't want to be told to get ready. Maybe some people don't want to be prepared. That could be the case. I don't know. I really don't know. But me personally, if someone sees something that I'm not seeing, then I don't mind hearing it. Now, it's entirely up to me if I want to, you know, do something about it. And it, just like you, it's entirely up to you. All I'm doing is relaying the message. But when you hear this stuff, it's really hard to say it's not true. Listen to this. And this is a farmer. I'm pretty sure you can tell which one, the male with the black hat on. And he is talking about what has been happening with his farm and the food and the fertilizer, and the Biden administration is completely ignoring it. And there's video after video after video of farmers complaining and talking about the food, the cost of everything. Listen to this.
The headwinds that they face, I can think of a number of them. Fertilizer costs, fuel costs, labor shortages. What challenge is the greatest in your mind?
Well, all of the challenges greatest right now. You know, we have the high cost of diesel fuel. I've been farming for 39 years, and I've never experienced paying $6 for a gallon of diesel fuel. Last year, I was paying $200 and some odd for a ton of 777 fertilizer. This year, I'm paying $1,200 a ton for the same amount of fertilizer. All of these are upfront costs for farmers and truckers who are hurting here as well. $1,200 to fill up a tractor trailer in this country. And we're facing inflation, and America's, the consumers, the American people, are going to feel the pinch when they go to the grocery store.
Okay, so am I fear mongering because I'm sharing with you what's happening? It's a valid question, is it not? Because I get people, it's mainly these people that are scared that are sending me those messages. And it really comes down to because they don't want to be told the truth. I didn't make this video. I'm talking about the video. I'm doing commentary on it. I didn't make it up. I didn't convince him to go on there and say that his fertilizer went up, 1,000%. Seriously, it didn't double. It went up 1,000%. From $200 to $1,200. I mean, seriously, that's ridiculous. And it's going to hurt more and more people, not just here in the United States of America, but across the world, because this is a global agenda. To prove my point about this being a global agenda, listen to this young man. And if you think that this is not, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he's in the UK, somewhere overseas. You can tell by his accent. He might even be in Canada for all I know. But if you think that this is not going to happen in the United States of America, you're sadly mistaken. Remember when Joe Brandon and the other Democrats, he did executive order about digital currency here in the United States of America, and they said that they were only doing research into it? Did you hear about it? Oh, you didn't hear about that? Really? Some people didn't hear about that? Yes, Joe Brandon signed executive order to so-called research into digital currency. If you think that what you're about to see is not going to happen here in the United States of America, then you have been totally asleep. You better get ready. And I'm not fear-mongering. I'm warning you. This is just a warning. Listen, you can't make this stuff up.
How you doing, guys? Has anyone been to the bank lately and tried to withdraw any money? I came to Commonwealth Bank today to withdraw 15 grand. For some unknown reason, it got flagged as a possible scam account, right? Their explanation was they're going to try to stop me from getting scammed. So, in a nutshell, you have to call this department, and this department won't release your money until you pay them. You told them exactly what you're going to do with the money. Even though I caused a massive scene there, absolutely massive scene, because I don't want to tell people what I'm doing with my money, right? There is a very strong possibility, if you don't tell them, that they don't pay you. your own money from your own bank account. Keep in mind, I gave him a Medicare card, I gave him a driver's license, I gave him a Medibank private card, I gave him all sorts of ID, like more ID than I need to get into a government building and become Prime Minister of this country, right? Yet, they still wanted to know in exact detail what I wanted to do with my money. And they wouldn't, buying drugs and drinking alcohol and going to a strip club does not suffice. They want to know exactly what the money is for. So I said to them, I got to give money to someone. I said, do you have an invoice? And then I lost my mind.
They're asking him, what is he going to do with his money? Why does it matter to them? Right? You can, I mean, this is crazy. So you can have your account for X amount of years, 15, 20 years even. Some people have had bank accounts that long. And then you go to withdraw something. What if you want to buy a vehicle? What if you want to buy cash? Vehicle. It's none of their business with you. Did they ask you, how are you making your money? Did they go and say, hey, how much is your job paying you for you to deposit this amount of money into your account? No, they don't care. They want you to deposit money all day long. But if you think that this is not going to happen in the United States of America, and the only reason why I say it's coming because of what the Biden administration has done about the digital currency. He's done executive order. But see, no one's really talking about that because they're talking about Roe versus Wade. They're talking about how they feel that they're going to lose their sodomy marriage. They're talking about how black people won't be able to marry white people and Asians won't be able to marry Hispanics. I don't think I've ever seen that combination, but it probably has happened. But the point is, they said that America is going to go backwards, right? So while they're saying all of that, they're doing all this other stuff with the digital currency. And let me give you one example of something that I've noticed. And this is something that caught my attention the first time it happened. And it happened again to me today. I went to a particular, I guess you call it a fast food joint. It was I wanted a Subway sandwich, right? I wanted a Subway sandwich. I went through this particular Subway sandwich shop. And when I got through, I told them what I wanted. And I had my shirt on. So, because, I can see them prepare my food, mega Republicans. So I'm walking, they're making my food. I'm sitting there watching them and going through it. Then they go and ring me out. It's just a turkey wrap sandwich. And they wanted to charge me $20 for a sandwich and a chip. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this inflation? Because I was about to leave the sandwich there. And the girl that rung me up, she said, oh no, I'm sorry, this is the wrong order. And then she go boom, boom, and she go, oh, I'm sorry, can you sign and say that I made a mistake? This is the second time this has happened going to the same one. If you ask me, they're running a scam. It doesn't, okay, one time, yeah. A second time, no. Not when it's the same scenario. Not when it's the same scenario. So how many people are they getting over on that? $20 for a sandwich? I said, no. But it's just the point. And the reason why I bring it up, because they won't take any cash. Think about that. In the United States of America, as a store, won't take cash for payment. People, you better get ready. But you know what? There is good hope, right? There's hope because I'm telling you, and the reason why I'm telling you, so we can get ready, so we can prepare for what's to come. Now, do I want it to come? Absolutely not. If you feel that I'm fear-mongering, that only means that you're scared. There's no need to be scared. If you trust in God, if you trust in Jesus, there's no need to be scared. But there's nothing wrong with you being prepared for what's to come. There's nothing wrong with that. Just because you're getting prepared don't mean you're scared. It's just, hey, there could be a storm coming. There could be an earthquake coming. There could be a tornado coming, right? You prepare because you don't know. It's not that it's not at the time you're preparing for it, you're scared, but now a tornado hits and, it can be pretty nerve-wracking. But look what's happening here. This is a group, this is a Dutch farmers where they're basically protesting, and the rumor has it is that they're going to shut down the country airports because of the tyranny that they're putting onto them. The cost of everything is not just in the United States of America. They're raising it everywhere. And again, this is all about the Great Reset. All of this is, I think most people just won't even know it. With the mainstream media, they won't acknowledge it. But the crazy thing is the left, these elitists, the World Economic Forum, they're not hiding the fact that this is what they want. But you have a whole bunch of people showing up and protest against these tyrants. Look at that. It's huge. Thousands and thousands of people across the planet are saying we've had it. We're fed up with it because they're deliberately trying to tear everything down. They're deliberately trying to destroy the nations. They're deliberately trying to do it. To give you one other example. Well, no, you know what? Let me go to a different one here. We'll come back to that one. Let's go to this nutbird. Completely ignorant. And of course, I am talking about, you see that little man down there dancing? I'm talking about babies. This is how stupid she is, right? She's going on talking about men. Men are causing all of the problems. Liz Cheney just the other day said that men are all the problems. And now you have this nut job here, this nutbird, saying that men are the problem. Like men are making decisions for women and they don't even understand. Listen to this.
So I'm sorry, but a bunch of men who are very ignorant about medicine, biology, rape culture, and misogyny that they were raised in, including legal liability and how it factors in with the medical field. People who are ignorant to all of that are the ones that are writing these laws. Some of them were even written in the 1800s. So don't tell me that people in the 1800s knew what an ectopic pregnancy was.
Okay, let me ask a question here. When Roe versus Wade was put into law in 1973, how many women were involved in that? I mean, someone please tell me. I'm not going to hold my breath for you trolls to figure it out, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, 0 women were involved. It was all Supreme Court justices at the time were men, and all of them said yes to Roe. Well, I don't think all of them did, but regardless of all that, it was men that said yes to it. So she's having a problem with men now, but they didn't have a problem with men when they put Roe versus Wade into play. Do y'all see how ignorant this is? I mean, completely ignorant. And then she's sitting there saying that men don't understand biology. Well, hey, guess what? Apparently, women don't know what a woman is. Seriously. Ketanji Brown Jackson, she doesn't know what a woman is. And she's supposedly a woman. But we men, we know what a woman is. And for those of us that know that women are attractive or find women attractive, we know what a woman is. Seriously, this is like the dumbest thing. I mean, it's like it increases with her every single time. Her stupidity just grows. And then you have the nutbird. Then you have another nutbird, Joe Brandon. I'm trying to get these in here real quick. I got so much, but I'm probably not going to get to all of it. But listen to Joe Brandon here. I'm pretty sure y'all know Joe Brandon sat down behind this little tiny presidential desk there. And he was talking to governors. He was talking to Democrat governors throughout the United States of America about how they can combat the U.S. Constitution. That's what it comes down to. It's not combating the Supreme Court. That's who they're blaming because the Supreme Court adhered to the U.S. Constitution. But they want you to believe that they're combating that, but they're actually fighting against the U.S. Constitution. Listen to what the nutbird says here.
Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for doing this. Thanks. Leave it to you. I open it up.
You open
Okay.
it up.
I mean, is it just me? Is it just me? Or is there like something really wrong here? And this is them trying to combat abortion, right? Combat the Supreme Court. Here's one that my producer got, and to be honest with you, I haven't even watched this clip yet. So I don't even know what this clip is about, but it's only like 17, 18 seconds. So let's listen to it together here.
I mean, so the idea that we're going to make a judgment that
is going to say that no one can make the judgment to choose to abort a child based on a decision by the Supreme Court, I think goes way overboard.
Wow. So basically he's saying the Supreme Court made the judgment on the U.S. Constitution, and he's saying that no one should be able to prevent an abortion because of the Supreme Court. Wow. They just completely go the opposite way on all of this. Completely go the opposite way. To give an example, what I was telling you earlier, listen to this one. This was on the 5, where they're talking about the liberal one world order. Remember, I talked about it in the beginning. For those of you that have been with me since the beginning, I started tonight. They talked about the liberal one world order, and what Fox News is actually talking about it. Well, at least the 5 is. There's some on Fox News that come on now. But anyways, listen to this, because this is a major problem. This liberal one world order is what they want to do. Listen to this. This is pretty good.
What a scary, fast trip from America first to America last. Mm-hmm. That liberal world order phrase used to be something you might hear somebody on infomercials say. InfoWars say. But it was actually said out loud. That one soundbite should be in every commercial for every Republican campaign. You should play that liberal world order blurb to truckers, to parents buying food, to delivery workers, because it's one of the biggest reveals in political history. They're saying, yeah, you know what? The greater global good means your suffering doesn't matter. True, it's very Stalinist. People will die, but you got to break some eggs to make an omelet. Of course, you never see the omelet. All you see are the broken eggs. It's a very honest comment. And we're learning that the administration just isn't that into us being America's. So what is the Democratic Party offering to people? You're either woke or you're broke, right? Woke destroys the internal organs of a country. Everybody's fighting each other. Then you have the New World Order, which is the external breakdown. We're fighting a war thousands of miles away, right? And that trumps our gas prices. We're willing to accept perhaps world famine even, and our own local misery for a war that won't end, because both sides, according to both sides, are winning, and we're fueling this war and billions and billions of dollars. And there is a price for everything, including war, which is why Trump had it right, which is you drill, you become energy independent, so international turmoil has no effect on you. But you can't have it both ways. You can't want cheap oil and then go to war against the people that supply the oil. Although it's only 8 or 9%.
It's not a problem for us. It's a European problem.
Yes, but Biden clearly says it's a problem for us, and he's happy.
That's his excuse.
Yes.
At least they're talking about what the left is doing with this liberal one world order. At least they're acknowledging it now. Some of them even went as far as talking about it just a conspiracy. It's not even actually really happening. It's not happening. It's really not happening. But it is happening. All right, there's something else I wanted to share with you here. Okay. Okay, I know I'm kind of bouncing around, but it's just so much. Bear with me. I know I'm bouncing around here. But I want to get back to the left again when it comes to Roe versus Wade. And the reason why we're still talking about it, because this is something that they're willing to destroy the third branch of the federal government. Seriously. They're willing to destroy it. And they have it in their minds that there's no need for the Supreme Court any longer. Thank God it's there for checks and balances. Thank God it's there. Now, I don't know if you ever seen these particular nut jobs here, but listen to what they say about the Supreme Court. And completely lying. I mean, just blatantly lying. And the people that watch and tune into this garbage every day, they don't even question what they're saying, even when they know it's wrong. They know what they're saying is wrong, but they're saying it to try to convince people that it's right. Listen to this.
A court that is sort of dead set on this kind of reactionary marauding.
The court has no money, it has no power to tax, and it has no army. The person who can stop the court is the executive of the United States, the president of the United States.
You hear this? So he's saying because they don't have an army, we can just send in the army to take care of the Supreme Court. That's what he's alluding to. That's what he's suggesting. At least that's what I'm hearing. Because why does the court need an army? They are there to interpret that we are following the law via the U.S. Constitution. They don't like it. He especially don't like it.
But right now, and I wouldn't say that I'm angry at Biden right now. I am sad.
Yes, he is.
I am sad that right now, because you know who remembers 30 years ago? Joe Biden. Joe Biden remembers the hokey past of bipartisanship, where he could reach out to conservatives who were concerned about practical governance. Those people don't exist now, but Joe Biden never got the memo. And so I'm sad that in this crucial moment, we have a president who is unwilling, who is so ossified in his past thinking that he won't stand with his people at this critical moment to take power back, not for himself, because he doesn't matter, but to take power back for the American people from these unelected, unaccountable judges.
Are you serious right now? Are you serious? He's basically saying Biden just do an executive order and take the power completely away from the Supreme Court. Say that the Supreme Court no longer is necessary. That's what he's calling for. Can you imagine had we not had the technology like we do today, with the internet, with the television, with the radio, with just all kind of communication, right? Mobile apps. Had we not had the communication that we have today to be able to expose these evil people, we would already be living in tyranny. They would have already implemented the tyranny that they want. They would have already came and disarmed all the American people. You know that I'm right. Because the only reason why they haven't done it, because they're afraid of it just spreading really fast. But you know how they can do it? Imagine if they shut down the internet. Imagine if something comes around and they say, well, we have to shut down the internet for your safety. Once they shut the internet down, once they shut down communication, and I talked about this over a year ago. I talked about this in the beginning of 2020. I said if they shut down communication, and this is still something possible that they can do. Now, I don't want to be right in it. I was just talking about a possible solution to their problem is to shut down the communications, right? Because that's what you do in warfare. If you know that if you have a particular enemy, because we, the American people, are their enemy, the best way they can shut it down so we cannot organize and realize and get information about what they're wanting to do is to shut down the communication. That's why conservatives have constantly been talking about the expansion, I would say, the expansion of censorship, because they're expanding it every day. They're just getting more slick about it, right? They're trying to make it look like that they're not doing it when they are doing it. You can't tell me that they're not doing it any longer, because they're doing it. They're increasing it, just like they are on Twitter. Just because Elon Musk said he's going to buy the company doesn't mean that the people in there, the tyrants in Twitter, are not going to stop doing it. They're still doing it. They're still doing it. They can't help themselves. The left, they have this thing in their mind that they have to shut down people that they don't like. I've even had someone from Facebook send me an email one point. Let me put it this way. On my Facebook page, I would post articles and I would do videos, and I can have an article be on there and we get, like 1,000 shares, and 2,000 people would comment on it because they find the article interesting. No big deal, right? They just find the article interesting. They're making their comments on it. They can share it or not share it. Same thing with my videos. And on my website, because I would post them there and other places, my website, I can get 100,000 people a day on my website alone. That's pretty phenomenal. 100,000 people a day. Well, Google and Facebook, they worked together, and it all happened at the same time because they didn't like what I was saying. Well, I actually had communication with someone at Facebook, and they told me, here it is, one day, I get 100,000 people on my website and my Facebook page, thousands of people. And then the very next day, I get 50 people to like it and 4 people to share it. and 6 people leave a comment. The very next day, they dropped the reach to my page. The very next day, and what they told me is that, well, it appears to be that no one is liking your content any longer. Wow, the next day. And that's how they're operating. That's how they're operating. And they want us to believe that they are doing the right things. They do this to all of us, saying because they feel in their mind that they know what's best for us. Because they don't like it, apparently you don't like it either, is their MO. Now, Joe Brandon, again, he was talking to mayors today. He was talking to a group of mayors or governors of different states about how they can fight against the Supreme Court. Here's one where he's talking to them, and he's saying that the Supreme Court is going to force America to go backwards, right? By saving lives, America is going backwards. Listen to what he says here, and especially at the very end of this.
Leave it to you. I open it up. Okay. I know you're all busy as I am.
You know what? I guess he needed the little card to tell him when to talk and when not to talk, when to use the restroom and when to change his diaper. I mean, maybe that's what it was. Because he's like, do I talk? What are we doing here? He has no direction. He don't know where he's going. Listen.
Thank you for making the time, but I need not tell any of you we're in a really an important area here, and we have to act.
You hear this? And we have to act against the U.S. Constitution. These people are tyrants. Y'all better get ready.
I'm joined by a group of Democratic governors. We work closely to protect women's rights after this tragic reversal of Roe v. Wade. A terrible, extreme decision, in my view, upending lives and impacting on the health and safety of millions of women. And I share the public outrage at this extremist court.
He shares the public outrage with this extremist court. He literally just said that. So when idiots that are Democrats that hear this, they're going to get more angry, right? They're going to get angrier, and they're going to want to go out and be violent like they normally are.
Terrible, extreme decision, in my view, upending lives and impacting on the health and safety of millions of women. And I share the public outrage at this extremist court that's committed to moving America backwards with fewer rights, less autonomy.
And that's not even true. That's not even true. Because they can go to the other states. They can. Nothing's stopping them from going to the other states. They want to push it across the nation. Death. 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 Now listen to this key point here. Listen to what he says here. Listen.
And politicians invading the most personal decisions that not only women, but we'll find if they expand on this decision, men as well.
Okay. Is he suggesting that men can have abortions too? I mean, is that what he's suggesting? Or am I just, reading too much into this? Right? Am I reading too much into this? So the healthcare of men that have abortions too is gonna affect them. Is that just me? Because he said not just only women.
Not only women, but we'll find if they expand on this decision, men as well.
So exactly what is he referring to? Because this whole thing is about abortion. This whole thing is about death of children. So exactly what is he referring to? I mean, this is remarkable, people. And they said that we, Christians, are the problem. They say Christians are the problem. They're literally saying Christians are the problem. And they are the ones that's the problem. This is at a if I'm not mistaken, it's like at a it's this LCPS. I guess this may be at like a school board or something. But listen very carefully here, because this goes along with this liberal one world order that they're looking for. Listen.
A statement or some content addressing where we are in that process, something brief. Dr. Ziegler, would you be interested in providing that to the community in back to school?
Listen.
Everything that Mr. Mahevdi mentioned is part of the rollout plan.
So we have a pretty robust indoctrination plan.
We have a pretty robust indoctrination plan. Did anyone hear it? One more time.
So we have a pretty robust indoctrination plan ready to go, enculturation plan for this ready to go as we move into the new school year.
So does that mean CRT is going to come back in? Because, I mean, anytime they're talking about indoctrination, and you know what, if President Trump was still in the White House, right? President Trump is still in the White House, and you had people talking about indoctrination. They'd be calling them Hitler. They'd be calling them Nazis, everything else under the sun. But it's okay when they do it. It's okay when they want to indoctrinate children. And you know, the indoctrination that they want to do is indoctrination of them sexualizing kids. That's the indoctrination that they want to do. CRT, convincing white kids that they have been the oppressors, and they want black kids to believe that they are oppressed victims. That's what CRT is all about. CRT is not about teaching black history. It's not about that. And they know it's not about that, but yet they push it in there because they want this racial division. It's not enough racial division for the left. They need more of it. Just like demons, there's not enough violence and not enough chaos and not enough sinful act going on. You know, we just had a last month, which is full month with it, right? Full month of it. But it's not enough for the demons. It's not enough for their father, Satan. They want more. They want the entire planet to turn away from God. That's what they want. And that's what they're calling for. And you know what? I come on every single night. I do. And sometimes I do short videos throughout the day. I come just about every day, except for the most part Saturday. I do, for the most part, I kind of chill and hang out with the fam on the Sabbath. I mean, I do. And every now and then I'll do something on Saturday. Every now and then I will. But every day, with just like clockwork, there's these people that work at these tech companies that have seemed to find Will Johnson a problem. And again, I mean, you know, I'm putting my life out here on the line. I really am, because these people, they send me death threats. I've had people tell me, say, I can't wait to meet you out on the street. Or I tell people people tell me, you need to come so-and-so so I can put you out your misery. They're saying these things to me. People will go out their way. And then when they get blocked on Fascist Book and other places, and they get blocked, what they'll do is they'll go to my website and they'll send me an email. They want to make sure that I know that they're wanting to come get me. And yet I come on here every day. And you know why I come on and I speak the truth and I show and I expose these people? Ephesians 5:11. The reason why I do it is because God called me to do it, and I'm going to continue doing it, and I'm not doing anything wrong. If you don't want me to talk about the demonic stuff that you're doing, then don't make it public. Don't try to push it on everybody else. If you don't like me talking about it, then don't show it. If you want to censor something, censor them trying to target children. Seriously, block it, remove it. If you don't want people to know that you're promoting these dragon queens, and I'm telling you, these tech companies, they have these dragon queens, and they specifically have them to say black trans voices. They're literally having these black men dress up like women, and they push their content and they share it all over the place, and they say that this is loving and this is what's caring, and then they have them go in the post, and then they have them in front of these kids. But Will Johnson is more of a problem. Will Johnson is more of a problem to them, because Will Johnson believes in Jesus. Will Johnson gives his heart, give his mind and soul to Jesus Christ. And that is a problem to them. And they don't want you to do the same thing. You know very well, every single time that you pray, and the evil one know that you're praying, because see, if you're not doing what God intended for you to do, then the evil one will leave you alone. But see, I'm doing what I believe God has put me on this planet to do. And the evil one, he finds every kind of way to attack me. But I keep moving forward. I keep doing it. I keep fighting for it. I keep fighting for it. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop because I never want to, I never call for physical harm to anybody. And to be honest with you, when the people completely disagree with me, I like those conversations. And I'm always nice to them. But for some reason, that is a problem to them. Because I'm nice to them, because I want to have the conversation. I constantly do. I've even asked, when I go onto the platforms and people saying nasty stuff about me and they're saying, well, you're this and you're that. And I'm real polite. I said, look, instead of us, typing on the keyboard back and forth like this, how about you join me in a broadcast and we can talk about it? I mean, if you truly believe in what you're saying, then you can come on with me and have the discussion. But you know what? They never do. What is it? Am I that scary to them? I mean, seriously. Do I look scary to you? I mean, I don't think I'm a scary looking guy. Canada, Canada. We do here in America, we recognize Canada as our brothers and sisters. We really do. More so than Mexico. I mean, I'm just putting it straight up. But there's Mexican brothers and sisters that I love dearly. But it's like when we look at Canada, it's just the way it is. I didn't make this up. And the reason why it's like that, because we don't have all of the illegal activity happening on the Canadian border the way we do on the Mexican border. So that's the only reason being. It's not that I'm saying that, Mexican people, I love them. I have some really good close friends to it. My point is, as a whole, the countries are, with Canada, we don't have all the legal stuff happening. At least they don't publicize it. I'm pretty sure some of it's happening, right? But the people in Canada, for the most part, they have the same idea of freedom. They have the same idea of believing in God as we do, right? I'm just saying the same idea of freedoms, the same, like there's no cartel and all that going on like it is on the southern border. Well, anyways, apparently Canada is celebrating their freedoms, right? They're celebrating and they're all marching down the street celebrating their freedom, and they're happy about the freedom. And of course, you have the communists in Canada. They don't like to see this. And the main reason why I want to share this with you is because it doesn't look hideous, right? They're not all dressed all really nasty and prerogative and just disgusting, repulsive. These are just people in Canada, Canadians, loving their freedom. And of course, Trudeau and the other communists there, they don't like to see this. They really don't. And Trudeau, there was a picture of Trudeau out on Twitter, and Trudeau was out there, and he was like, he looked like he was really frustrated of having to even, stand there. But you can see all these wonderful people just sitting out there. I'm going to have to mute the music on here, because if I don't, then they'll probably ding me. They already ding me with my voice, for those of y'all that know what I'm talking about. But you can see, this is pretty awesome. This is absolutely awesome. If you ask me, when I look at Canada, when I think about Canada, this is what I think about Canada. Seriously, the communists have pretty much destroyed Mexico. I want Mexico to be the same way. This is how I want Mexico to look like, right? But they pretty much have destroyed it. And they're trying to destroy Canada too. And of course, Canada's not exempt from their whole global reset that they want to do. They're not exempt. So this is pretty awesome. This is an awesome sight to see. An extremely awesome sight to see. Let me give you another example of something that the left hates to see. And remember, just last month, They're all dancing all up and down the street. You know who I'm talking about, the alphabet people, dancing all up and down the street, just really nasty, repulsive, disgusting, the stench. Look at this. They're giving praises to God. Glory, glory, glory to Jesus. You see this, and you know the left, they can't stand to see this, stand to hear this, because just last month, it was complete opposite. It was the complete opposite of what you're seeing here. Look at this. Look at that. Jesus loves you. Look at this. And this is what the left calls violent. This is so violent. The left calls this inappropriate. And it's absolutely wonderful. Glory, glory to our Savior. Glory, glory to our Savior, Jesus Christ. You know, we've got to get ready. We've got to get our hearts, minds, soul ready. And it's not to be fearful, but it's to get ready. Get ready. I've had some people ask me, well, what do we do to get ready? What do we do to get ready? And I said, you know, I put stuff on my website, what I do. You know, I put stuff, and the biggest thing is you have little ones. The biggest thing that's going to happen, like I played in the beginning of this video, is the food crisis that's going to happen. That's part of the reset, people. And when it's the reset, when they talk about the reset, they're not only talking about, you know, food being gone, resetting that. They want to reset the population. They're talking about reset of humanity. They're not just talking about certain things. They're talking about no one being able to own anything, own any property. It means everything goes back to zero. No one owns anything. And then they want to deal with the population. This is not me making this stuff up. They've already made it known. And leftists hear me saying it, and leftists probably get upset on me. How dare he? He's actually telling our story. He's actually telling the people the truth. So we have to make everyone believe that he's just fear-mongering. And I get the trolls. They come under and they do it all the time. I mean, they've been doing it for years. Like, it's nothing new. Nothing new. Come up with something original. If you're going to blame me on it, if you're going to lie about me, come up with something original. Come up with a new lie that they haven't lied about me yet. I mean, seriously. It's to the point where I've even had some people say that I have fake dreadlocks. I'm like, seriously. I've had some of them say, you have fake dreadlocks. I'm like, wow, really? I do now. And it's that important to them. It's that important to them. Okay, so I know normally Friday nights I take phone calls. Let me see. Do you want me to take phone calls? Because I was about to just pull the plug on it, but should I take phone calls? Let me see here. I guess we can take a couple, right? It'd be pretty mean if I don't, right? Because I know a lot of people like for me to do the phone calls. All right. I'll go ahead. Yep, we'll do it. We'll take a few phone calls because, you know, it's the 4th of July weekend. And I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I'll just chill this time. But no, you know what, we'll go ahead and take a few here. We'll do just a few. All right, hold on one second. Okay, so what I would do I will. Let me put the number on the screen for you. Some people already know the number, but for those of you that don't know the number, I'm going to put it, it'll be down in the lower third down there. My little ticker. Okay, boom. All right, there it is. So down below, you will see the number in the lower ticker down there. And also, hey, if you haven't already, please go check out my website. I just put a new t-shirt out there, and it's really good, actually. It's really good. There's the number going across the screen. Holla at me. Holla at me. It just went across right there. All right. The number is 319-527-3453. That's if you want to call me. All right. So I'll give it a minute or two. You know, we'll wait until I see get some people in here. And if you want to talk to me, if you don't want to talk to me, that's good too. I mean, it's Friday. You probably want to hang out with your family. Like, I don't want to talk to you, Will. But if you are a troll, this is your opportunity to call in. I just ask you, be respectful to yourself. Don't use there's no need for the enhanced language. Okay. I'm going to ask you politely. But if you're a troll out there, and you know who you are, and you disagree with everything that I've been saying tonight, call me. This is your opportunity to call in and tell me how you feel. This is okay. It is truly okay. You can call me and tell me how much you dislike me. I'm not gonna chew your head off. It's okay. It'll be perfectly fine. All right. Awesome. Look, we got people calling in. Again, if you disagree with me, call me. The number's right there on the screen. The number is 319-527-3453. I know there's one on there. I know you're on here. And you don't like anything that I've been saying. So call me. And guess what? You get to hang up. And, you don't have to stay on the phone with me. You can call me. Call me. All right. Maybe I'm scary to you. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just too much of a scary dude for you. All right. We got some people calling in. Here we go. Hold on. Had to unmute my channel there for it. All right. Let's go. All right. Let's see. First come, first serve. We got Joyce. From Georgia, from GA. Hey, Joyce. Thank you so much for the call.
Hey, Will. Just wanted to tell you, you're doing a great job. Keep doing it, keeping our little dancer at the bottom there. I'm enjoying him. And just tell
you like my little man? You like my little man dancing down there?
I love him. He just dances to your tune when you're talking. I just want you to have a great 4th. And know that, you're doing what God wants you to do.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's all he expects out of us.
Yes, ma'am.
And you just keep up the good work. And like I said, happy 4th to you and your family. Enjoy your day with your family, and we love you. And may God keep blessing you.
Well, God bless you too. And you have a wonderful 4th as well.
Okay, and you have a great weekend.
You too.
Talk to you later.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Okay, let's see. Let's go to the next one. We got Susan from Louisiana. Is that right? Hey, Susan.
Hello, Will.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I am doing good. Thank you so much for the call. What you got for me?
Well, I was going to tell you that you're doing the best that you can do as far as in this old and crooked world, and the more that you for God, the more Satan's going to fight you.
That's
the closer it's getting to the coming of the Lord. And the thing is, everything has happened up to the Antichrist coming up on the scene and the mark of the beast and all this, but all the prophecies other than the coming of the Lord and all this other stuff has been fulfilled.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is happening. We are the generation that's seeing it happen. And you're right. The more, and you know what? And I see this, the more I keep seeing and God is opening my eyes and I recognize what's happening, the more these people attack me. I mean, it's like they can't help themselves. It's like they feel that they have to do it. And I don't go to their pages. I don't go attack them. I don't say nasty stuff to them, but they find it in their minds, in their dark hearts, to come attack me. It's really crazy.
Yes, and the thing is, no matter what we buy, no matter what we're gonna do, it's gonna be the Antichrist is gonna come up on the scene, and he's gonna proclaim himself as Jesus Christ.
Yep.
And you're gonna have to take the mark of the beast, which is 666, in your hand or your forehead, or you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. When all that is done away with, some of the church may go through some of it, or even all of it. I'm not sure. My uncle was a theologian on the Bible. I was raised Pentecostal, and everything. And he was very good on teaching about the book of Revelation and the Bible in general, but he was very good about it. And I learned a lot under him. But he said, like, maybe everybody can think about this. See, if and when that they end up to make it where you can't buy, sell, or trade without the mark of the beast, you're not going to be able to pay your light bill, water bill,
right,
and you won't be able to buy food. And if you can't pay your light bill and water bill, you're not going to have no way of cooking the food you've got other than by fire. And the only way you're going to be able to get any water is because you're not going to have no car because you're not going to be able to pay it.
But you know what? Just imagine what happens before we even get to that point. And the reason what I'm talking about is that we have this food crisis. What the farmers are having major issues, and not just in the United States of America, but it's happening here with us as well. It's happening everywhere, right? And just imagine how much crime is going to happen once they can't get the produce and the goods to the stores.
Exactly.
And that is right around the corner. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be people coming in, breaking in people's houses.
Yep.
Stealing, and even as far as to kill people.
Yep, absolutely. So, well, hey,
if
Susan.
You don't give them or whatever.
Yep, everyone, you need to get prepared. Hopefully I'm just, hopefully I don't have any issues being wrong. I pray that I'm wrong. But anyways, hey, Susan, thank you so much for the call, and have a wonderful weekend.
And God bless you, and God bless everybody that's listening. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. And may God bless us all and keep his hand of protection on us. And God bless you, Will.
God bless you.
And you keep doing what you're doing, because just know that Satan's on his warpath trying to put you down. And anybody that's for God, Satan's against totally. Yep. And all these people, the more closer, the worse the people are gonna turn towards. They're not gonna be for God. They're gonna be believe a lie and be damned.
Yep, absolutely. Well, have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care.
You have a great weekend, and thanks. God bless you.
God bless. Bye. Okay, let's go to Kathy to Ohio. Is that right, Kathy? You there, Kathy?
Hello, Will.
Hi. Hello, Kathy.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say happy 4th of July to all your viewers and to you, and God bless you.
Thank you.
I've talked to you several times. This is like the 3rd time that I've talked to you.
Well, thank you.
What is coming is going to be unbelievable, and everybody has to prepare for what is coming.
So let me ask you a question, Kathy. So with me just telling people to prepare, and with me showing everybody what they are doing, would you consider that fear-mongering, or is that just me trying to warn people?
No, Will, you're not fear-mongering anybody. You're not telling them, that the plague is coming for them like they do every day on the television.
Thank
no,
you.
you
Thank you.
Fear-mongering you. You are just speaking from your heart to the people about what God is telling you to tell us.
Yes.
That is not
Yes.
fear-mongering, no.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, you know,
No.
it's just some people, you know, these people, they send it to me all the time. And I always ask my mods, you know, I haven't really asked the mods on YouTube, but I mean, I really appreciate all the hard work that they do. And they're really awesome. But, and I'm for on YouTube, I really don't get too many trolls on there, and they kind of block all of them automatically anyways. But I like to get the screenshots, and there's quite a few people, trolls especially, and some of them say they're not even trolls, you know, but they say I'm fear-mongering when I'm not. I said, look, I'm only showing you what they are saying. So.
Right. That's all you're doing. You're letting the American people know what they are trying to do to our great country, and they don't want us to have freedom. They want to do away with the Constitution. They want to stay in power until the day they die. They don't want to give up their power now that they have it.
Right.
And they think that the American people are just going to roll over
Yep.
and take all this crap. And it's not going to happen.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
I don't believe it's going to turn out good for them.
You know what?
That's
It's really, yeah, you know what? It's really, I'm with you. I don't think it's going to really turn out all great for them either. And that's why they're trying to do everything they can to prevent anything. And I think something else is going to happen before November because they want to stop what's coming. So, well, hey, Kathy, thank you so much for the call, and have a wonderful weekend, okay?
Okay, you too.
All
God
right.
bless you.
God bless. Take care. All right, let's go to Craig. I'm gonna try to go through these because we're getting a lot of people starting to call in here. Try to go through these a lot quicker here. Hey, Craig from Texas. Hey, Craig, what you got?
Hey, Mr. Will, how you doing tonight, sir?
Man, you know what? I'm blessed. I have a lot to be thankful for. It's the 4th of July, and I know what it means to me. It's our independence, and the left hate it, so we gotta love it.
Yep. Do you know why the people in Canada were marching today?
It's their Freedom Day, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's their independence.
Yep. It's their independence.
Okay. So the reason why I called in is because, well, you just hung up with a lady, and you were talking about what's going to happen before November.
Well, I don't know. It's not that I said it's going to happen before November. I suggested, and it's just a suggestion, that I think something's probably will happen before November, only because they see that they're hurting the American people, so they need something. I don't know what that something is, and I'm not going to say that. I know what this is, because I just because I've been paying attention to everything that they've done in the past, I can see them doing something. What this something is remain to be seen. But go ahead.
Well, I'm kind of worried about the internet thing, maybe shutting down in 2023. Like you said, the communication thing, I'm kind of worried about that. I don't know how well you follow Candace Owens, but I watch her on the regular.
Okay.
And she's up to something. So it's just concerning. And not only that, Will, I share your videos.
Let me say, did she mention something about the communication issue that's possibly coming too?
Yes, she mentions the communication issue, and she also says cyber pandemic.
See, I never, you know what? I didn't even know that. Yeah. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So, and here I am talking about it. But see, I talked about it like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago.
I picked up on this. Yep, 2 years ago is when I started hearing about this.
Yep. And I think, you know what? We're getting closer and closer. I mean, because think about it. They have to do something to stop, people from getting factual information. But what were you saying? You share my videos and what?
Well, that's the thing. You just hit the nail on the head. I share your videos. I share, other Bible verses as well.
Uh-huh.
And, the other day I shared a farmer. He put a live video of his crop. It was like a 120-acre crop. It wasn't a big crop. But I can't share anything without these independent fact checkers. I mean, nothing will. Your stuff, I share it. Fact checkers says it's
Really?
false information. Yes.
So when that happens, send me, take a screenshot of it and send it to me, because they don't show that to me. They don't show that to me. Now it's crazy.
These fact checkers, they're not even real fact. I don't even know what these people are. I mean, you can share stuff that's a fact, like it's an absolute fact.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And they keep it from going through. And Will, I watch you so much because, every time you're reporting on the same things I'm seeing. I had a discussion with the guy the other day, and it's like there's 4 or 5 different parties. I kind of stopped the discussion with this gentleman because he said, we kind of got into politics, and he says, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm a progressive. And I said, okay, so you're one of those AOC nut jobs. and then he just went into, oh, you must be one of those racist Trump supporters.
Oh, so I guess I'm a racist Trump supporter too then.
I guess you are, Will. You're just a little darker than I am.
Hey, I have on my MAGA Republican shirt. I mean, I bought this off my website too. So I guess that makes me one too. These people are nutty.
Yeah, it's bizarre, and they're trying to keep people from getting informed. And remember this discussion, remember this conversation in February 2023. If some cyber crap does.
And
happen.
that's what I'm saying. And like I said, I didn't even know that she was talking about it. And it's just because I'm looking at stuff and I'm paying attention to stuff, and stuff is coming. They have to do something to stop people that want freedom. They have to, right? And it's not that we have this all-seeing understanding. It's not that at all. We just see the writing on the wall. That's all that it is. It's really that simple.
Let's try to speculate just for a quick few seconds. What do you think is going to happen between Will? I know they're going to do something serious. They're going to. The left is going to do something serious.
I truly believe that there's going to be some kind of false flag. I don't know what that is. I don't know, but that's why I'm just telling people, get prepared. We don't know when the next major storm is going to come. You're in California. You don't know when the next earthquake is going to come. They can speculate all day, but we just don't know. So we should just get prepared to take care of our families. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying it so we can go out and be mean to anybody, because that's the left. That's what they do. We don't want that. We just want to be able to get prepared for our families for the storm that is coming. And I hope that, that doesn't trigger these leftists, even leftists that are watching. It's out of your control right now what the Biden administration has done with everything, right? But they should be getting prepared too. I mean, seriously.
Right. And for these leftists that are listening, and for the trolls that are listening, because I know they're on there, Will, you guys are making this situation bad for yourselves too, and you don't even know it.
They don't even know it. They don't even know it. So, well, hey, Craig, thanks so much for the call, and have a wonderful weekend.
You bet, Will. God bless you, and thank you for everything you do. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Bye.
Okay, we got some more phone calls on here. Before we go before I go to the next caller, real quick, let me just say thank you to a few people that have blessed me on this broadcast, and then we'll go on. Lori, thank you so much for the stars. Thank you so much, Lori. Tracy, thank you so much for Venmo. Wow, thank you so much. Marianne, thank you so much for the PayPal. Thank you so much for the blessing. And thank you for the PayPal as well. Thank you so much. CDP, thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you so much. And Justice, thank you so much. Melissa, thank you so much as well. And then Kathy, thank you. Thank you, Kathy. And then Justice, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then Michelle, thank you as well. These are stars that I'm talking about. And then Thelma, thank you so much. And then Shane, thank you so much as well. Cody, thank you. Thank you, Cody. And then Jennifer, thank you, Jennifer. And Joe Z, thank you. Thank you. Matt, I'm just going to say Patricia, thank you so much. You know what? Thank you so much, because I've seen that name a couple of times, and I need to get the first part of that. But thank you. Michael, thank you so much as well. And then Rachel, thank you so much, Rachel. Then Kelly, thank you so much, Kelly. And Kim Land, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Susanne, thank you so much. And then Tammy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Let's go back to the phone lines here. And again, thank you so much for the blessings. Look like we have Ralph from New York. Ralph, you there?
Yeah, hey, Will, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Hey, Ralph, tell me, how do you like your new governor there?
Oh, God. You don't want to start there.
Oh, man. Let me ask you, would you rather have her or would you rather have Gavin Newsom?
Well,
both are just as bad, right?
Freaking me out here. Hey, when I saw them up there, when I saw Cuomo and them up there celebrating that law they passed about the babies before, during, and after, extermination, I was like, I'm in the devil's den, man.
Yeah,
this state has been taken over by Satan, man.
Oh, yeah, you're so right.
They clapped, they laughed, they loved it.
They were like rejoicing because they can say, yes, we get to destroy and kill more. I mean, it's 100% demonic. 100%.
On live TV in front of everybody.
Yes, like it ain't nothing. Yes. I mean, this is crazy. Celebrating it.
It's sick.
Yeah, 100%.
It's sick. And they're here. It's happening. You're 100% on it, Will. Every time I watch you, I hear you, and I'm like, oh, yep, he's right on it. He's right on it. I'm like, we got to talk. We can spend hours and hours talking about it.
Yeah.
Like you do. The trolls, forget them. They're just attacking you. They don't like what you're saying.
Yeah, and I constantly try to say, give me a call. Let's have a discussion about it. Let's talk about it. But but you know what? They don't like to see people that's, enjoying themselves. They don't like to see people that has freedom. And with all the chaos, they want us to just crumble and give in to them. And, we go like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because, even though it's dark times, we're going to still acknowledge that we have our freedoms and that we, me personally, that I believe in God. And I'm not going to let that go. I mean, it is what it is.
Exactly. It is. And it's sad because there's so many that haven't a clue what's going on right now.
Right. Yeah, they don't have a clue.
It's people like you, myself. I'm not a big broadcaster. I talk to friends and people and whoever. But there's a lot of people out here, and we all know what's going on, and it's scary because there's so many that don't.
Yeah. There's a lot that don't. And you're absolutely right, because it kind of dawned on me that I'm sitting there looking at this stuff, and I'm talking about it, and sometimes I'm under the impression that everyone is already aware of what I'm talking about. Sometimes I think that to myself, like, everyone already understands this. And I'm kind of like, okay, and sometimes I kind of I end up leaving out detail. And sometimes it's key detail. And my producer, she's so good. She'll get on me and she'll say, hey, you need to get this information. You get this information. Because a lot of people don't know exactly what you're saying. You're spot on. A lot of people don't know, which is really amazing.
Well, that's exactly the same thing I go through every day. I drive around, I do Uber, I do this, I do that. I work with a lot of people, and I don't get in, I don't start talking about something that has to do with anything. I'm just being my life, and somebody will start saying something about something, and I just ignore it because I know where they're going with it. They're trying to get the group or a crowd or one person into this conversation that it's not for the good, but for the bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when you realize that they haven't a clue, but that person does when they're starting to talk negatively or whatever they're talking about. But most people will drive around and you think they're just living their lives, and they are. They're living their lives. But at the same time, I wonder, do they really know what's going on?
I know.
What's about to hit?
I know,
what's
dude.
about to hit us? It's going to hit us hard.
Yeah. Sometimes
it hasn't already.
Sometimes I walk through the store and I'm just, I wear my shirts like this, MAGA Republican, or I have my other one that says Ultra MAGA Republican. And I'm just like looking, and the people, they look at me and they're trying to figure out who I am. And I'm thinking to myself, you're wondering, trying to figure out who I am. And you're trying to figure out what is he about? What is he doing? And I'm like thinking to myself, while you're trying to worry about all of that, do you realize what's coming? You know, that's what I'm like. Do you realize what's coming? And it's just so many people. There's just it's amazing. It's amazing. So, but hey, Ralph, thank you so much for the call.
We all know what mega is.
Oh yeah,
I know. I'm gonna happy Mega Month.
Yeah,
but they're anti-mega.
Yeah,
mega. Make America great
again.
Yeah,
they hate America. That
make America great.
You know what? You're so spot on with that, because there's this thing right now. This one particular, I forget what it is. The Democrat Party put this thing out there, and they're saying F you to the 4th of July. F the 4th of July. It's on Twitter right now.
Yeah. Well, that's their Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't Juneteenth supposed to take over 4th of July? When 4th of July is for all Americans.
Yes, it is. Regardless.
Of sex, race, color, creed.
Yep. It's for all Americans. Yes.
Exactly.
Whatever you like to eat, it's for everybody. Absolutely. So.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, we're here and we're doing, man. Keep it up, Will.
Thank
Don't
you, sir.
stop. I know you're going through a lot of stuff, brother.
Thank you.
And we're all backing you. We are part of the armor of God with you, brother.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you, Will.
All right.
Be well, brother.
You too. All right. Let me play, before I go back to the phone lines here, I want to play something else for you. And this is pretty powerful. Do you know who this young man is? Not the one on Fox News, not Jesse, but I'm talking about Kennedy. He's so spot on. He's always laying it out exactly the way everything is. And he's just so factual about the stuff. And he's talking about the Biden's America. You know, a lot of times when I see the violence that's taking place on Twitter, because you can put all the violence you want on Twitter, apparently. And a lot of it is, or you have a lot of black people fighting with one another. It's just all over Twitter. And what's really amazing about it, really quick, is that all the violence that I see, the ones that have the millions and millions of views, is shared by Asian people from China. Seriously, people from China sharing all of these videos, and they get millions and millions of views on both on Twitter and what's the other one? TikTok. Because they're from China, they get to do that because they show black people in a certain light, and they get millions of views. But anyways, listen to this. Listen to this interaction. It's pretty awesome.
More and more dangerous every single week. Are you shocked by how bad this is getting?
Jesse, here is what I would say to the mayors of many of our major cities and to President Biden, who is advising them. Number one, it is hard not to notice, mayors, that what you are doing is not working. Not to be ugly, but if you ask most Americans to assess your leadership, they would say something like, don't bother to bring in the clowns, they're already here. Number two, in the short term, if you want things to get better, empower your cops. Too many of our mayors think that cops are more of a problem than criminals. They are wrong. Empower your cops. Pay them. Hire more of them. Stand behind them when they have to do their jobs. Tell them to enforce all of our laws, the big ones and the little ones. And mayors, get rid of your see no evil, hear no evil, prosecute no evil district attorneys. Point three, and this is longer term, we have to ask ourselves, why is it that these young offenders are more likely to grow up and go to prison than get married or own a home? Now, there's several reasons, but I'll give you one. Their schools suck.
Yeah.
To the mayors, I would say grow some oranges and fix the schools. We need no excuse schools. Every child can learn. Find out which of our teachers can teach and pay them. Find out which of our teachers can't teach and teach them how, or tell them to find a new line of work. In social promotion, the new rule ought to be, I don't care how old you are, you're not getting out of the third grade until you can read. Expand school choice, expand vouchers. Expand vouchers, as I said. The competition will be good for public schools.
You know what? Everything he is saying makes complete sense. And see, that's the problem when it comes to the left. They hate everything about him. I mean, I'm like, you know what? I have no disagreement. 100%. We need better schools. We need better schooling. We need better society, right? But the left, they don't want that. That's the complete opposite. You know, I can see them right now saying everything he's saying is just racist. It's racist. He's being racist. No, he's saying the truth. And the majority of the problem happened to be in the communities of
people of color.
It is what it is, right? And then they want to blame. Then they want to turn around and blame white people for the stuff that they've created in these communities of
people of color.
You can't make this stuff up.
And the final thing I would say, Jesse, this is to the voters. I would tell them be patient, but only up to a point. I'm gonna put this down where the goats can get it. To the voters, I'd say you deserve better. Demand it. Eat your vegetables. Don't elect them.
You're right. Because ultimately it's up to the voters to get these idiots out of office. I'm fearful, Senator, that it's just business as usual. They don't vote. They don't even know who's running. You get these inner city party machines that put up the same corrupt people with the same broken ideology year after year, election after election, and things don't get any better except the politicians just get paid. Is there any way to break that cycle?
Sure. You'll have to first people have to stand up. I mean it. Eat your vegetables. Don't elect them. People have to demand better. We just saw a little bit of that on the West Coast with some of the district attorneys. But number two, in the short term, the crisis with crime is not going to get better until you empower the cops. And it's not just about money. It's about standing behind those cops when they do their job and telling them to prosecute every crime. Murder, rape, and shoplifting.
I think you hit on something. If you don't have high self-esteem, you don't think you deserve better. You don't think you deserve a safe street, a good school, and you just let it happen. And I think people need to step up and realize they're worth more and they deserve more. I think you're absolutely right. Senator Kenney, as always, thanks for joining.
But you know what? The interesting thing is that the left, they don't want black kids or
people of color
to believe that they're worth something unless they have them to do it for them. Other than that, they're not. They're clear about that you're not worth anything. They're clear about that. And that's exactly how they want people to believe. That's how they want to think. All right, so let's go back to the phone lines here. Let's go to James from Washington. Is that right, James?
Hello.
Hello.
How
Hey.
you doing?
All right. Thanks so much for the call. What you got?
So, I've listened to you a lot, and I've just kind of noticed that you never really talk about, homeless veterans. You more focus on the left, and I'm not saying that the left aren't doing anything bad. I've got plenty of problems with them myself. But do you believe that there'll ever be a time where you focus on homeless veterans?
I have talked about homeless veterans multiple times.
No, I'm not saying you never did.
I have multiple times.
I'm just saying that I'm kind of finding that you talk more about the left than homeless veterans. And my question just is, do you believe that the left is more important than our homeless veterans?
Well, I believe that because of the left, we have a lot of homeless veterans, and I've talked about it before. I mean, it's happening. Just look at these states. Like, for example, here in the state of Texas, of all places, or go down to Austin, there's a whole bunch of homeless veterans. I've talked about it multiple times, and it's every liberal state that you see this happening, or every liberal state or city. I've talked about it multiple times.
So what do you believe is the solution?
Well, one of the things that I came up with before in the past, what I would like to see is when Obama and Biden were shutting down all of these military facilities. I was saying, instead of shutting down the facilities, how about we have the homeless veterans go to these facilities and they can even keep them up, because then they'll be in their element. They'll be in that environment. And they can even live there. They can even go in to this environment with their same rank that they had before. That's what they need. They need to be around people that have the same like mind, and they can talk to each other and have relationships with one another, and deal with this stuff. I've talked about it extensively. I mean, and people, and I can talk about it till the sun doesn't shine anymore, but it's not going to change, because we have people like Nancy Pelosi, San Francisco. We have people like Joe Brandon that won't even do an actual issue about it. But their main issue is that they're afraid that people are going to not be able to get married if they're the same sex. Right?
Right. And they're worried about not being able to kill babies anymore. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The left is disgusting. The left are just like these are demons, basically. I mean,
Hands
I actually
down.
went to a pride parade, and I saw like this person with horns sticking out, like they were trying to be like the devil or something. I'm not lying about it.
No, you know what? No, I'm not laughing at what you're saying. I'm laughing because you're saying what you're saying is correct. It's true, and it's pretty repulsive. And they're targeting children. And that's the most biggest thing to me. Like, if they're adults and they're wanting to do this, then by all means, go do your thing. Be happy, right? But when they introduce this stuff and they're doing this to children and they're only doing it to sexualize them, I have a problem with it. I have a problem with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't believe anyone should be for it. Like, how can you be for this crap? And then they cry tears when a football coach wants to go on a field and pray. Like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Well, yeah, let's try to keep it PG-13. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right, and I completely understand the frustration. I'm with you there. And another thing, and I've also talked about this about the veterans. When veterans, when President Trump was in office, because I talked about it all the time, because they started actually doing positive things for homeless veterans and for the VA. Remember, because President Trump started turning it around, right? Because under Obama, it was horrible. Yeah, it was horrible. Then they were finding out all these scandals that were happening with the VA under Obama, and President Trump was fixing all of it. Oh, yeah, I talked about it multiple times. And then President Trump was saying, instead of them having to go to VA, right, when the VA is backed up 6 months, they should be able to go anywhere. I talked about it multiple times.
Right. My biggest problem with the left is they credit Trump with all the tragedy, but they don't acknowledge him for any of the good that he's done.
Well, you know what? They don't. Yeah, you're right. They don't do that, because then if they acknowledge that he did something good, that means that he wasn't that bad of a person.
I mean, do you remember when they blew, the left totally blew up because Trump said to the French wife or whatever, that she looked good or something? Do you remember that? What was that about that? He was complimenting her.
Yeah, I don't actually recall that one, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, they go out of the way, for example, the Hollywood sex tape. They said he grabbed it. Remember that? They all focus in on that, right? When he was talking about in the locker room talk. But now here it is. He's grabbing a steering wheel. So it's these people are ridiculous. So, well, hey, James, thank you so much for the call. Okay, have a great weekend.
Hey, my pleasure.
All right, take care.
Thank you for taking it.
All right, no problem. Take care. Bye. All right, let's go to Mandy from New Zealand. Hey, Mandy, thank you so much for the call.
Hey, you're welcome. And happy 4th of July, everybody. Keep your head on your shoulders like a swivel. Please do, because you've got a lot of lunatics on the street at the moment.
That's true.
If you've got friends that own shops, I'm going to start making some suggestions for good reasons. They need to put bollards in front of their shops. We are having a lot of ram raids over here. Okay, so this is people driving cars into shops and then ripping the shops off.
Really?
This is going to get worse. So I'll give you what's going on in New Zealand, and it has been for years. So now what they're doing is they want us to be smoke-free by 2025. So
did you say smoke-free?
Smoke-free. So every 6 months, our cigarettes go up. So for a pack of 20, you pay about $30. Anyway, so what's happened with this is the criminal element has skyrocketed. Armed robberies day and night have skyrocketed on our dairies and service stations and things like that. That's for smokes. What do you think people are going to do for food?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, and I see it coming. I see it coming.
A whole new element. I'm talking a criminal element. Now I'm talking an element of parents fighting for their children's survival.
Yep.
And this is the reality check I need you guys to understand. It's going to get worse. We're literally going to kill people over a can of beans for our own children.
Yeah, you're right. I see it coming, and I like to try to tell people, hey, you got to get ready, get prepared. And some of these people that are living in total fear will send me messages and say, "Well, you're fear mongering." I'm like, really? I mean, and you know what? They're not even paying attention to what's happening, and that's what I'm saying. And even on my website, I have things that people can do. One thing is like get food supplies, get these food supplies. It's on my website. I put it on my website.
There's no fear-mongering here. They can tap into the New Zealand news if they can and find this stuff going on for themselves. There's no fear-mongering. What I'm saying, this is fact. We've seen kids as low as the age, I think, of 7 years old being part of ram raids in not just a shop front, but going into a mall, driving through a mall in the middle of the night and ram raiding certain shops. Okay, yeah, at the moment it's for clothes and Gucci and stuff like that, but it is going to transcend when it comes to food.
Yes, it's going to eventually get to food. You're absolutely right. And, and it's not just, and I've been mentioning, it's not just here in the United States of America. It's been happening all over the world because this is part of their plan. They need more chaos on the planet. They want more chaos on the planet so they can have an excuse to come in and implement tyranny.
Well, it's part of it's part of them encouraging us to depopulate ourselves.
Yeah. And for us to give up our freedom so they can come in and take care of us because of all the violence.
Exactly. And I just want to address what the guy said about the veterans. You cannot stick a sticking plaster over something that's festering, and you've got to look at who has violated the veterans' rights. And it's the government, because the government, when you sign up to become somebody in the military, they promise to look after you in retirement. So it's the government that's the failure, and you have to address it at the top instead of putting sticking plasters over everything, because you're only masking a greater problem.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree.
But anyway, I love you guys. Happy 4th of July. Like I said, look, please, guys, this is the time to keep your head on your shoulders like a swivel. And not just for the 4th of July, but right through. We're in a paramount time right now, not just in America, but globally, because we are all in this fight.
Yes.
Your freedom actually hurts us if you lose it, Yep. Even though we're already hurting with losing ours, it would be worse if you lose yours over there. So we're in this fight to keep your freedom together.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Manny, thank you so much for the call, and have a wonderful weekend.
You're welcome.
All right,
take care.
Okay, we got a couple more calls here, but before we do that, let me say thank you to Tanya for the stars. Thank you so much. Melissa and Serge and Sandy. All right, let's go back here. And
the conference has been locked.
I'm gonna do that. Let's go to Herman Cain. Herman Cain from Ohio. Hey, Herman Cain.
Hey, Will. Hey, you was on there talking about white and black, and I made this up for you, and I said I don't care if you are purple and I am blue. I like to listen to what you say because I know it is true. Oh,
I like it. I like it.
And here's another thing. That little guy on the dancing
yes,
has
sir?
more moves than an entire box of X-Lax.
I've never known X-Lax to have moves like that, but if you say so.
Okay, now here's what I called you for.
Okay.
This new world order.
Yes, sir.
I hope it never comes to be, but who's going to enforce it? United Nations?
That's the
or
plan.
Is our military turn on us?
That's their plan. You know.
Well, remember, German soldiers turned on the German people because they followed Hitler.
Yeah, they said we're only doing our jobs. We're only doing our jobs. I hear this. I've heard that from so many police officers. We're only doing our jobs. We're only doing our jobs.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, people better keep our powder dry. Hey, this school shooting and stuff. Read my comment and broadcast it of what the schools need. I mean, it's kind of long, so I can't got time to read it. But it says what we need, and if they would implement that, they would stop every school shooting. It would never be another one.
Well, if it doesn't, if the left, if it doesn't include disarming law-abiding citizens, they don't even want to hear it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm so sick and tired of it. You know, whenever Trump had that TV show, the or whatever it was, not The Voice, but The Apprentice, I turned me against him something fierce. And I really didn't vote for Trump. I voted for him the first time because I didn't want John McCain in there. And the second time, I voted for him, not because he was Trump, but because I voted for the person that was going to help the United States the most.
Right.
I mean, if Biden, and I know, but forgive me, Lord, but if Biden would have been able to do the job that Trump did and help put America first, I might have voted for him. It's not the person; it's what can they do for the country.
Right. I mean, and that's the way it should be, and that's the way we when I was younger, I thought that's how it was, but you got older, just like you. And many of us, we see that that's not actually the case. They really don't care about America. Their whole agenda is about tearing down this nation and dividing us even more.
Oh, I'm not older. I'm 29. I've been 29 30 times probably.
Well, hey, if you identify, who am I to say otherwise?
There you go. I'm going to identify the frog tomorrow.
Yeah. That's funny.
I know you got other callers, and I appreciate the other callers. Now, this one fella, he commented, Allah is God, and I don't really want to get into religion, and then this other lady commented, no, there is only one God, and I told her, I says, well, I think that they refer to Allah as God. It'd be the same thing as people refer to you as Will, or they might have want to call you Willie, or William, or whatever. But Muhammad is the one that came in and says, kill the unbelievers. Mm-hmm. It wasn't God. So what if Moses would have come in there and tried to overrule God? No, that would have never happened. So, I may be wrong. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm.
No, I've had that conversation with quite a few people, and what it really comes down to is a language, and a lot of people have gotten upset with me in the past, and I said, "Come on, just think about it." And I bring this up. I said, "Well, do you know who Hananim is?" And they look at me like, "Who?" I said, "Hananim. Hananim is God in another language. In the Korean. In the Korean Bible is Hananim. And they believe in Jesus, right? They believe in Jesus. And I said, well, how do you say God in your language? And they said, Hanani. So that's what it comes down to. But a lot of people have a lot of bitterness and there's a lot of hatred come involved in all of it. And they not only do they end up hating a group of people, but they end up hating a language too, right? Well, but and I'm because it really comes down to, because just think about it. If someone that's never even spoken the English language ever a single day in their life, and they've only spoke Arabic, but they come to find out that Christ, Jesus, is the Lord and Savior, how are they going to say God in their language, right? So it's come down to a lot of pettiness. It really does. It comes down to a lot of pettiness on a lot of people's part. But people are stuck in it. But people stuck in, I get it.
Nobody can overrule God's word. Nobody.
Correct.
So if this Muhammad, which overrule God's word, who in the world's going to listen to him?
Well,
Thou shalt not kill.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of people that do, though. There's a lot of people that do. So, but it is.
Well,
it is.
They're not being very. They're not being very religious if they believe in killing. I don't care.
Well, I don't think it's not even really religion. It's just evil, right? It's just evil. These people are evil, just like the Democrats. They don't see any issues of just killing the unborn child. It's just pure evilness, what it comes down to. So, well, Mr. King, go ahead.
Life's in danger. If a woman's life's in danger, or she's been raped, or it's been incest, or something is wrong with a child, that's different. But to just say, I don't want a baby, now that's wrong.
It is. So,
well, I'll let you get your other callers. I just wanted to tell you my little joke and my little poem, talk to you and just say hello.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Goodbye.
All right. He was actually my last one, which was really good. So, hey, I want to thank we're at the end here. I want to thank everyone for this Friday evening. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you get a chance, go over to my website, uniteamericafirst.com, and check out that new t-shirt that I put up there. I wish it was a way I could put it up here for right now. Can y'all give me a second? Let me just see if I can put it on the screen. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can put it on the screen. I just created it last night, and it's pretty much like a new design, and I put it on my website last night, and this one is really, really nice. Actually, my producer, she gave me the inspiration for it, so. Let's see here. I'll make this full screen, and I'll do this, and we'll do that. Make it big. This is my website, uniteamericafirst.com, and if you go to merch, and I want to show you this new t-shirt here that I just did. Look at that. Is that sweet? Is that sweet or what? I mean, come on. That's a really good looking t-shirt, is it not? It's Life Wins, and y'all see the I in both of them. Life Wins, and then at the bottom of it, it says June 24th, 2022. That's pretty awesome. Life Wins, and it's on my website. And right now, I think if you use promo code Life Wins, use promo code Life Wins. Okay, y'all listening to me? For those of you that are interested in this awesome, amazing shirt, use promo code Life Wins, and you get off, I think, 15%, something like that. So do it right now. It's for the 4th of July weekend. You can go and check it out. I mean, this is a phenomenal shirt. I told my producer, I said, "Ooh, this is a beautiful shirt." I mean, this is absolutely a beautiful shirt. I'm like really excited about this shirt. So if you're interested in it, use the promo code, and I put it on various platforms. So uniteamericafirst.com. You can see it down in the ticker /shop/merch, or just go to unitedamericafirst.com and click on merch, and you can check it out there. And I also have it for the ladies too. Let's see, where is it at? Right here. You know, a lot of ladies they like the V-neck in it. So I have that there for the ladies if you're interested in it. It's a really, really, really awesome looking shirt. So I can't wait to get it and wear it out. So and if you do decide to get one, you're absolutely helping out the organization here. You're helping me out. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend. We'll see you on the flip side. Take care. God bless.